This is the cheapest magnetic starter you can buy off Amazon. And I'm using it on a 3 horsepower air compressor. This is how I wired it up. But I'm not a professional. So if you are not comfortable with it, I suggest you find an electrician to do it for you. I figured it out on my own. The instructions are a little vague, but we got it. So here's how we start. So there is a little bit of information on the inside of it. So as you can see, the wires that go to your motor are T1, T3. The power coming in from your breaker is L1, L3. That's all. Other than you got a pressure switch. You got to wire it to your pressure switch on your air compressor. And as you can see, there's a screw on the back side, A1, and you got a lead that goes to L1, which is right here. That white wire in the back, right back there, that's one wire. The other one gets put in with that. I did use these clamps or little connectors. I'm not sure if that's up to code, but I use a 6 gauge wire because that's what my air compressor recommended, a 6 to 8 gauge. And I just went bigger. And they did not fit underneath those screws. So that's what I use. So you got your power coming in here from the top, and power comes out here to your motor. So you're gonna have 2 wires going out through the wall, well, if that's the way you do it, to your compressor. And we'll show you what that looks like outside. So that's what it looks like outside. I put that box in there, which is a little tight. So if you're gonna use a heavy gauge wire, I would suggest probably getting a little bit bigger box. So this gray wire right here comes up to the switch. So originally, this motor wire right here, which I still have to tape all that and do that, but this motor wire went into here. Sorry if I moved my phone too fast. And it was connected. So I disconnected the motor and then hooked it to the power wire that comes out of the wall. So that's one thing you have to do. Cut the terminals off and connect them. Then this wire, the gray wire right here that I got coming out here, this will be for your pressure switch. And you only need one side. You got one that hooks to the bottom, one hooks to the top. You don't need to do anything to the other side. So just disconnect these 2 wires. Actually, there's a ground here, so don't forget you're about to ground. But connect those wires, completely take it out of here. Then hook your pressure switch into here. That goes inside to the box. I hope I'm explaining that well enough because, like I said, I'm not a professional. If you wired it all up right, when you hit this button, it should start. That's it. Just remember, pressure switch wire gets hooked back there and another one in here. Now, I'm not sure if all those are supposed to be crammed in there. You might have to make a pigtail. That's the way I got it to work. It works. Another thing too, that is your thermal protection. I believe mine's a 3 horsepower motor, and when I looked it up, it was like 19 or whatever you can call them things. Like I said, I'm not an electrician, so I raised it down to the lowest setting because they allow 7%. That's not exactly 7%, but should work. And that is a manual reset. You can put it on manual or automatic, and everybody recommended putting it on manual. So that's it. Enjoy, have fun. Hopefully you can get it done.